5 in the morning. I'm trying to get to Boston, but I have to go to Toronto first. So let's see if I make it through the day. Well, I've successfully made it to the center of the universe, otherwise known as Toronto. Okay, so I smell mostly of clam chowder, but it's been a very long day of traveling, and all I really want to do is go to sleep, which I will as soon as my roommate comes back from a meeting, because I don't want to fall asleep and then not have her be able to get back into the room, which would be a thing. Also, I realized I should probably tell you all what I'm actually doing in Boston. I am here to celebrate NerdCon, Nerdfighteria. Boom. This is the little pamphlet that I got. That's why I'm wearing this wristband. What is Nerdfighteria if you don't know? About 10 years ago, John and Hank Green started their YouTube channel, Vlogbrothers. In that time, they have really changed the internet. Even if you don't know about them, which at this point I would think is kind of weird if you're on YouTube and don't at least have a passing knowledge of who they are, but have created VidCon. They've helped usher in a site called Subbable, which got assumed by Patreon, but was there to help artists and content creators online be paid for their work. Have also done Crash Course and SciShow, two other channels here on YouTube. What else have they done? Promoted charities. They do the Project for Awesome each year. They try to decrease world suck. They're huge into community work and science education and writing and all these creative cool things that they and their audience have been able to build over the last 10 years. And I consider myself a nerd fighter. I've been part of the building of their brand and on their channel, and I wanted to come and help celebrate that here in Beantown. And we'll see how that goes. They are definitely a huge, important part of my life, and I kind of just want to celebrate that with other like people. And I might cry. We'll see.
Started watching our videos in 2016, or maybe even 2017? One, maybe? So we're still getting new viewer. Before we get to this box.
Where's the soda thing going?
I know! You're so funny, but I'm unhinged. I'm coming apart. I just want to cry and drink all day.
So I wasn't able to make it to the second session I wanted to go to because it was full completely by the time I got to the door, so that's unfortunate. However, the session I was able to make it to this morning was really fascinating. It was talking all about the last 10 years of youth. The biggest thing I took away from it, though, was this conversation near the end that Michael Buckley and Megan Tonjes were having about specifically not being afraid to change your content when you yourself are changing. Nothing is worse than being stuck in a rut or feeling like you have to create a certain type of thing. Now, I'm lucky enough in that I've never been hugely successful, so I've never had the, the fret or the worry that I'm going against what my audience wants. At least nothing specifically comes to mind. So I felt free to kind of go in and out of whatever fanciful thing is in my mind, and I'm going to continue to do that because I get bored really, really easily. And there's a lot of interesting and different things I want to try out this year. Some of them may work, some of them may be a very, like a dumpster fire endeavor.
My name is Craig Benzine. I have a channel called Wheezy Waiter. Well, thank you.
But I mean, I would never.
Because what happened to me is I was like, I want to go to Mars. Like, that's one of my goals in life. And Catherine was like, we're not going to get married, so what's the concern? I don't care, you go to Mars. Like, we've been dating for 3 weeks.
His parents were killed by Voldemort, who gave him a lightning star.
Is an incantation. And for that, I need us to raise a wand in the air.
By doing that. So the thing about that is that there's a distinction.
The Nerdwriter is here? Like, he's at this conference? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, where is he? And he was like, I don't know where he is right now. And I was like, oh man, how will I ever recognize him? Like, I don't even know what he looks like.
That's the experience I've had a lot of this.
And then we're sitting beside each other.
My face is not in my videos that much, so you really only see me like doing a Squarespace ad at the end, so that's what people know me at for.
Except for a diaper and a second skin of vanilla sponge cake, Corvin is partying naked.
If you get this question right, I'll marry you.
All right, I'm purposefully gonna plug this question.
And with that, it's over. Day 2 was a lot more mentally exhausting than I was anticipating, so I'm going to talk about more of that on the main video.
Let's play the song we were actually going to do.
Well, are we gonna leave our separate toms and then go to the harbor? And then
Tom, get your plane right on time.
The Academy Award.
Come on!
For Best Picture.
La La Land.
Except then it didn't. Lol.
Make a right turn on Massachusetts Avenue.
All I want to do is go and explore the city, but I've been up since 3 this morning. Train ride, got here, had to wait some minutes before they had my room. I'm going to bed, is what I'm trying to say. I'm tired. just, editing my video on my vacation because I can't possibly miss a Thursday. I feel so fat today. I have not been eating the best. I'm sure I'm going to be gaining like multiple pounds, but how do you say no to a place that serves you cookie batter as if it were like ice cream? Like ice cream! I feel so dumb, and hopefully I'm not being even more dumb, but I kept walking down the street and seeing these people with these like black crosses on their foreheads. And I was like, what is going on? Like, I didn't know if it was a protest or if some weird religious sect was about to do something crazy. And then I'm like, oh, it's Ash Wednesday. As soon as I crossed by the cathedral back there, I realized, oh, I'm just being a ridiculous person. So I was gonna go and visit Trump Tower, but there's a lot of police officers with guns at the front, so no. I'm an unabashed Broadway fan, and what that means is that I realize that there's some trappings of the formula, meaning that Broadway loves strong female characters, which is a good thing, but if you look at Gypsy, or Mame, or the numerous other examples of Broadway shows, they know how to bring down the house, and that is absolutely true for Sunset Boulevard as well, where it is really around the central female character. The rest of the stuff might not be as good. And with any Andrew Lloyd Webber show, he's kind of like the Michael Bay of musical theater in that I find him to be, full of bombast and spectacle, but he's never the best with lyrics, although his orchestrations are usually pretty strong. And I find the same thing with this. There are some show stoppers, and Glenn Close is phenomenal and fantastic. And I find that because they had such a huge orchestra behind them, it's the standout. Like, the orchestra is so good at what they do in this show. And I'm so glad I was able to see it. I was able to snag really great seats. I was only 5 rows back, almost dead center. And it is definitely worth your time if you can afford to go, because Broadway tickets seem to get more and more expensive. But this is a very limited engagement, so I don't know how much longer it's going to be on. Probably only a few more weeks. But it's good. It's very strong. Is it the best Broadway show? Absolutely not. But it's a strong Broadway show. And I'm glad I saw it. Well, it's my last day in New York City, and I'm feeling super lazy. I've walked so much over the last few days. I'm just tired. So I'm gonna go have a burger, and then apparently it's gonna take me up to an hour and a half to get over to the JFK place, so we'll see. So here's a very Kyle thing that just happened. I was supposed to leave a couple hours ago, and then right as we were about to board, the announcement comes on, hey everyone, your flight's been canceled. Yay. Fun times. Anyways, I've gotten rebooked now on the lovely WestJet Airlines, and I should be home actually earlier than I was anticipating, so sometimes you find the diamond in the rough, and sometimes you just like to watch Aladdin.